All right, why don't we get kicked off? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the GloveBox Fall Product Showcase. We do this twice a year. Yesterday, we had it for our current agency partners, which was amazing. We had over 250 agency partners on that call. And then today, we do it for what we call our future partners. So we kind of pivot this a little bit differently, but kind of be able to showcase the GloveBox platform, both everything existing and what we've built over the past couple months, and then really looking ahead to what we're currently focused on when it comes to the client experience within the independent channel of insurance. So hopefully everybody can see my screen okay. I'm going to be looking over here at the big monitor, and we're going to get started. Just to kind of set the precedence for who we are, for those of you who have not met us or don't really know the history of GloveBox, we come from the independent insurance channel on the agency side. We built a pretty large independent agency out of Denver, Colorado here. We grew that book from about $1 million in rev to $14 million in rev from 2011 to 2018. So we saw some pretty massive growth, a lot on the personal line side. We did have a nice commercial book as well. Point being is that we are very intimate with the problems of the space, and sitting in the seat from a salesperson to building the CSR team to growing a 200-person agency team. We really understand the nuances of the channel, which we think is really important when engineering a product like what we've built. So to add a little context to the agency that we had, we were spending just over $2 million to service that book of business. We had 35 CSRs at our agency. We were getting 13 to 14,000 service requests a month. You would have thought Sean was giving away free money at the agency because that's how many phone calls we were getting. People were waiting on hold for 20 to 30 minutes just to get an ID card, get a copy of a policy, all of the above when it comes to service. And we were nowhere near meeting expectations, even with that large of payroll and staff count. And again, this is back in like 2017. So what we realized in kind of looking at what the independent channel had to offer at the time when it comes to technology is there was really nobody addressing this client side problem and really helping to clear up the complexities for the consumer and really looking at it at the lens of the policyholder back. So long and the short of it, we sold our agency in 2019 to private equity to start GloveBox and really tackle this problem because we felt like it was something that we could really make an impact with. So that happened in 2019 in August. On a Friday, we sold. On Monday, GloveBox was open. And here we are 4 years later. So again, a little bit of background on who we are as a GloveBox team. So why did we create GloveBox? Well, we've kind of set that precedence, but let me elaborate a little bit further. All more prevalent in today's environment, but the independent world of insurance is chaotic, unorganized, and frustrating. It's getting worse by the day, especially in the hard property market that we're in. We're splitting up accounts more and more for customers. We're making customer service a lot more challenging. And what we're hearing from our current agency customers, as well as our new agencies that we're welcoming on the platform, is service is really getting overwhelming. This chaos is costing agencies and their carrier partners significant time, money, and resources. Again, there's not really a lot of options to help solve this problem when it comes to technology. So you're really throwing people at it. And the reality of it is people by themselves can't help solve this issue. There needs to be technology involved as well to help enable the policyholders to get what they need and help the agency and the carriers really create clarity to this chaos. And so we are a big proponent that the chaos ends when you start with the policyholder first. And again, that's where we focus our platform on, is how can we make it easier for the consumer that works with your agencies and your carriers to make it much more simple to engage. So this is why we created GloveBox, and this is really our thesis that we run off of. All right. So what is GloveBox? For those of you that don't know us, you know the name, but you may not know what the product is. So we are the ultimate client experience. Again, we're very focused on the policyholder back. These are the pillars that we really focus our engineering efforts on when it comes to product. Our very top one is one that we started with in the very beginning, and we continue to evolve it to this day. and that is self-service. How can we enable policyholders to be able to service their account on their own without having to call or email or text the agency or the agent or the CSR every time they need something? So that really remains top of our pillars for us is how can we continue to enable self-service, make it easier, faster, more efficient, and give your clients an amazing digital experience in the process. A couple of our other interesting pillars are on the referral and the quote side. We've actually been really pleasantly surprised at how many current client referrals we've been able to generate through our platform for our current customers. We've generated almost 12,000 current client referrals for our existing agencies in the past 12 months. What we found out about it is making it super simple to refer out your agency in a couple clicks is the key. And prior to a platform like ours, we've made it very complicated for consumers to refer us out. So again, in that ease of the technology that we're offering to consumers, we've seen a really big impact in driving those current client referrals to our agents. Then on the quoting side, right, those new clients come into the platform and they're looking to get quotes, or it could be a current client that's looking to add additional coverage. How can we better guide those prospects and policyholders to start the quoting process on behalf of our agencies? And so we've really built some nice avenues for customizations for our agencies where we can really customize those workflows based on how the agency's set up. And we'll go into how that works. Document storage. So we've become a very efficient, call it a Dropbox, if you will. We are trying to educate agencies to stop sending documents over email. It is completely unsecure. It is disorganized. The client's going to lose it in a week. They're going to email back. It got lost in their junk mail. It's just a very inefficient process. And let's be honest, if you're going to have a cyber breach at your agency, it's going to be through your email. And so for us, we wanted to create a really easy and efficient document transmittal technology that allows you to be able to share documents with your customers easily. It stores them right inside of the platform. They can get access to them whenever they need them. And it cuts down on the back and forth and needing to send multiple documents over weeks and months of engagement with your policyholders. And then a really big one for us is branding at the agency level. We fully believe in emphasizing the agency's brand. And we want to make sure that our product is completely white labeled throughout with the agency's branding, because at the end of the day, that is who the client knows, likes, and trusts. That's who they work with on a regular basis. And so GloveBox fades into the background, and we're really heavily promoting the agency front and center on everything that we build that's policyholder facing. So again, just some insight on the pillars that we focus on. Moving forward. So let's talk about the area of ROI focus, because at the end of the day, technology at your agency should make money. This should not be an expense. This is an investment that should be making you X times return on that investment. And that's what we focus on. So the goal here is to ensure GloveBox not only pays for itself, but drives significant revenue back into your agency. That's how we build our products. We focus on two pillars. The first one on the left here is organic revenue. How can we enhance current client referrals and cross-sells? Then on the right, we look at service reduction. How can we provide self-service, better workflows when self-service isn't available for your agency to get those service needs met with your customers? And also looking at client retention. How can we help keep that client retention high, especially now with the market the way it is and rates going the way they are? So again, those are our two pillars that we focus on. To give you some basic numbers here, we have over 450 agencies currently live with GloveBox. 80% of them have at least a 3x ROI from what they're investing into the GloveBox platform, 80%. We want to get that number to 100%, and it's been going up significantly. Right now, we're right at 80%. A nice number here, over 50% of our agencies have at least a 10x ROI on the platform. So that's really encouraging. And these are numbers that we look at almost daily. And again, we want to get these numbers, especially on the 3x side, to that 100%. We want to make sure that our agencies, again, are not only paying for the platform, but making revenue. All right, let's jump into the good stuff and talk about the platform itself. So we're going to talk about the policyholder facing side of the technology first. So this is the thesis of GloveBox. What we do is we combine carrier and agency workflows into a single place. So our goal, and on the left-hand side here, is to bring in the self-service digital capabilities that your clients can get at the carrier levels. Things like direct bill pay, direct claims reporting, getting roadside service, access to their documents, access to their live policy data. So what we've done is we've brought in most of the personal lines and commercial direct bill carrier functionalities into our platform to enable the clients to be able to self-service a lot of these things on their own, but again, right inside of your interface. And I'm going to show you what some of those look like when we jump in. Then on the right here, we have the agency workflows. Again, things like secure document send and storage, commercial certificate management, making sure that we can drive those referrals, hosting your customer-facing personal and commercial quote captures, which we'll talk about, and also manage those digital service requests as people need policy changes and higher level service that they can't self-service on their own. The beautiful thing about this entire experience is we support all policy types, personal, commercial, life, and health. And we also support agency and direct bill workflows across the board. So again, aggregating this entire experience into one place is really where GloveBox separates themselves from any other product like us in the market. Let's look at some performance analytics before we jump into the actual tech. I like to always be analytical, looking at how we're performing for our agencies. So this is going to give you a little taste of our policyholder performance data over the past 12 months in a rolling. So if you look here to start on the left, we've had 218,000 policyholders who have created accounts from our current agencies. Out of that, 137,000 of them have accessed policy documents and certificates. That's huge. Those are calls that were saved to our agencies. On the right here, we've driven, like I said, almost 12,000. It's 11,600 current client referrals. We've also driven in almost 11,000 new quotes that have been requested, and that'll be both from the new referrals or current customers looking to add coverage. On the left here at the bottom, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this with our live connections to the carriers. We've had over 59,000 of our users live connect to a carrier in the platform. With that, we see over 71,000 active connections. And we've imported 156,000 policy documents directly from the carrier and delivered them to our users. On the right here, we've had 33,000 people pay a bill direct to the carrier. We've had over 8,600 clients start their claim with the carrier. Now we have an interesting workflow there. We try to drive them to the agency first, but then subsequently come back in once the agency has guided them through the process to start that claim. And at the bottom down here, we've had 42,000 service requests from our users to the agency. So again, it just kind of gives you an idea of the multitude that the product is bringing to our agency customers and their policyholders. And these are metrics that we really obsess over. So moving ahead, let's talk about the platforms when it comes to the policyholder. The first one is going to be the native mobile apps. The goal of the native mobile apps is to empower your policyholders with a premium and amazingly convenient mobile app to manage their insurance portfolio. Again, everything is branded to the agency. We are both iOS native and Android native. And I'm going to jump in and show you a little bit of the mobile app here in a minute. But this is really where we hang our hat, is on the mobility side. And we have very elegant native iOS and native Android apps to offer. And again, all branded to your agency, all the way down to the app icons. This is the big one that we just introduced last week. So again, we heavily focused our time and efforts on the mobile app native side. What we realized is, hey, there are some policyholders that want to be able to log in from their agency's website. Some people want to be able to use the browser version. They don't want to download the mobile app. Maybe they're at their desk. Maybe they're on the couch with the laptop and they want to be able to log into a full browser experience. So now we are introducing Client Hub. And the goal of Client Hub is to deliver the most comprehensive and browser-based client portal available to independent agents and their policyholders. Our ideal state with our products is, hey, your clients have the mobile app downloaded on their phones, and they're also able to use Client Hub on their laptops and their desktops. Really gives them an omni-channel experience to be able to get what they need when they need it from any device. So the beautiful thing about Client Hub is it's a simple integration on any agency's website. It's compatible with any device, and it offers the client complete portfolio management in a single experience. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what that looks like here when we jump into some of the platforms. This is something that makes us super unique from anything else in the market. And I like to think that this comes from our experience of running a larger agency. Just having a main platform at an agency doesn't satisfy a lot of the intricate workflows that could happen between an agent, a CSR, and a policyholder. So we've introduced what we call our elite agent platforms. The goal of this is to tailor your agency's GloveBox system with custom locations, agent and CSR branding, and workflows. So with this allows us to present custom brands, whether you have locations that have different names, maybe you're an M&A and you're buying agencies and you want to keep the name of those agencies. Super easy for us to bring that client book into your agency, keep the branding of the location that you bought, and make it very simple for those policyholders to come into the fold. This can be customized for each agent, and we love that. They can customize their own quote captures. They can use it for their own referral partners. And what we know is agencies have higher retention when they keep the agent with the client, because that's really where the relationship lies. Also on the CSR side, if you have a specific workflows that you offer with your CSR team, maybe it's alphabetical, maybe each CSR works with specific agents, we can customize all of those journeys for the consumer right inside of our platforms. So again, we are the only ones that offer a product like this where you can scale it out based on how your agency's set up, fully custom tailored. All right. Before we jump into the agency side, why don't I show you a little bit of the platform? So on the left here, this is our mobile apps. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of it because it's pretty big. So what happens is when you onboard with GloveBox, we ingest all of your AMS data from your AMS system. What we do from there is we automate a campaign of white label text messages and emails that go out to your customers, essentially introducing the platform and inviting them to create an account. All of that is white label to your agency. From there, when the client comes in, everything is set up for them. So they don't have to remember what policies they have, who the carriers are. That is 100% automated setup. I'll show you a little bit of how this works. I'm going to go down to Travelers here, and I'm going to pop into my auto policy. Now, at the very top, you're going to see some of the direct-to-carrier functionalities. So let's say I want to make a claim with Travelers. Super easy. I pop that open, and I'm able to start my claims process right within your experience. I want to pay a bill. Great. Makes it very simple. Now, with some carriers that ask for a policy number, we populate it right here. So all they have to do is copy it, go in and paste it, and they're done. So they don't have to go fishing for their policy number to get what they need. We provide it right within the interface. Need roadside help? Perfect. We'll populate both the phone number and the website for the carrier so they can get what they need quickly. And we have this experience across all of our direct bill carriers for both personal and commercial that provide it. So it makes it very easy. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about our active policy monitoring system. We have over 30 carriers on the personal lines set up for active policy monitoring. What that means, it allows the user to live connect their account to the carrier. So if I go into Travelers, which we're going to see right here, that it has the little monitoring tag, that means that our active monitoring is set up. So once I go into this policy, the biggest thing here is we're actually pulling live documents directly from the carrier system. So we pull those in nightly. They're refreshed. It could be ID cards, renewal, endorsements, memos, anything that might be available at the carrier level. We actually grab and we populate. So it makes it very easy for your clients to get the documents that they need directly from carrier. They're live, and that saves your agency phone calls, which is beautiful. On the top side here, you're going to see the Get a Quote button. Now, these are fully customizable journeys based on how your agency is set up. So Let's say on the personal insurance side, we're using someone like Salt or Canopy Connect, or maybe you have your own captures. Maybe you're using PL Raiders widget. You can embed these right within our platform with a no-code process, and then we bring it into the workflows within our system. Same thing on the commercial line side. Let's say you're using someone like Talage, for instance, for small business. Super easy to embed that right within the platform, and your prospects and clients are off and running, starting their quote. So again, just a little highlight on the mobile app side. Now I'm going to move over to Client Hub. Here is Client Hub, and I'm going to show it to you on the website as well. And this is my live phone. So I'm going to go over to the browser version. I'm going to show you how easy it is to log into our platform. It's super simple. All your clients have to do is enter in their phone number or their email. They're going to get texted a multi-factor PIN, which is unique every single time. And from there, they're going to come right into the system. So again, this is available on both mobile and web, which is beautiful. So this is the full desktop version. Gives the client everything that they need. Now, this is fully embeddable from your website. So let's say this is your website. You're going to have a client login button. They would click that button and they would get driven right into the platform once they log in. So once they're in, my favorite thing about this is you can go back and forth between your personal and commercial account. So if you have clients that have both personal and commercial, I can literally toggle between my accounts and get the entire experience, whether it's personal or commercial. I'm going to go back over to personal now. Everything they need here, we have a quick view of all their policies. We have all of their documents available here. Now we start on the auto ID card side. That's going to be the most accessed document. So we make it super easy to get to. They can also filter in a quick view if they want to find other docs, or they can go to their view all and they can filter by what they're looking for. So let's say I'm looking for a declarations page and hey, I'm looking for my Liberty Mutual deck page. There it is. Super easy. I can share it. I can download it, do whatever I want from there. Those are also available on the My Policies screen. So if they go into their portfolio and they're looking at their policies, super easy to go into the documents of each policy, grab which one they're looking for. And again, they can grab it, share it, whatever they need to do. Super easy on that. I'm going to go over to back to the commercial side of the house. And now I'm looking at my commercial policies. Now, again, we support both agency and direct bill policies from this. Very easy to get access to their documents in this view. They can also go into the My Documents tab where they're going to see all their certificates that you've uploaded into the platform. Or again, they can filter by anything they might be looking for. Hey, show me my declarations on the commercial side. Super easy. A couple of things on the account side that I'll point out. Through our onboarding screens of your policyholders, we're starting to collect some data that we share with you, which I'll show you inside of GloveBox HQ. So first and foremost, we verify the user's first and last name, and we actually grab their date of birth. The reason why we grab date of birth is we're starting to populate analytics for our agencies. We want to show you what is the demographic of the clients that are utilizing the iOS, Android, and desktop version of the platform. That allows us to segment in age groups so you can see, and you might be surprised about the older folks that actually download the app and use it. We're also collecting a couple of other interesting things like communication preference. So, hey, do they like text? Do they like email? Do they like phone? How do they want to be communicated with? And then we're also collecting text message opt-ins. As we know, the legals for SMS are getting really strict. And so we want to help be able to collect those opt-ins for your book of business so that you can legally text them. So we are grabbing that for you, and I'll show you where that is laid out in GloveBox HQ. So again, just a high level of Client Hub, fully mobile friendly as well. And we are going to jump back into our presentation here, and I'm going to make this big. Now we're going to look at the agency side of the platform. So as I alluded to, the agency side of the platform is called GloveBox HQ. Now, the goal of GloveBox HQ is to bring agencies closer to their prospects and policyholders more than ever. We want to bring you closer to your policyholders. How this works is this houses data from the direct carriers that we have integrations with, your AMS system, and then both the data that you add as an agency and your policyholder adds as a customer. These are live connected to the iOS native, Android native, and Client Hub. So anything you do in here that you want to make available to your customers, it's super easy and it happens instantaneously. This does things like delivers documents. We share performance analytics, and I'll kind of give you a quick test drive here in a minute to show you some other things it does. One amazing release we just had about 2 weeks ago is we have built a complete analytics interface. What we wanted to do is we wanted to show all of those metrics that we've been collecting behind the scenes to our agency partners. These show you the performance metrics of your policyholders, what they're doing inside the platform. I'm going to show you a little bit of what this looks like when we go into GloveBox HQ, but we were excited to release this one and get our current agencies inside to see all of these great metrics that we've been tracking. We're going to be expanding on this significantly. We want to dive very deep into your policyholders to find out how they digitally service, what they're doing inside the platform, and how we can enable them better to make faster service and sales decisions. So before we go over to the data side, I'm going to go ahead and pop into GloveBox HQ, and we're going to take a look. So on the analytics side, this allows you to look at your performance analytics over a day, a week, a month, 6 months, or even 12-month windows. Now you can look at all of your policyholder activities, or you can section off into things like referrals, document views, certificate views, service requests, quote requests, and bill pay and claims to the carrier. Now, what we do is we put an estimated revenue number to those actions. This allows us to show our agencies how their platform is performing and making them money. For those of you that might be current clients on this call, you can easily click this, and we've got an article right inside of GloveBox University, which is our online database of learning that shows everything that's being tracked and calculated in that number, and then everything that we're not including inside that number. So again, gives our agencies a really transparent understanding of how their platform is working. There's also another article here on how to increase those metrics. How can we increase performance, right? What are our top agencies doing to get 65 to 70x ROI? And this is what we're aggregating here. And Logan works on all of that, who's here with us. So he's the one that does that. All right. At the bottom here in HQ, I love this section, and this is something that we're going to be expanding on. So this shows you your recently verified policyholders. What that means is these are the policyholders that most recently came inside of your platform. So this gives you up to date of who's been inside and what they've been doing. Now from here, I can easily click in and go to my profile. This is what we call our client profile. So this is where at the agency level, you get to see all of the policies from your vantage point. So I'm actually going to go over to the client profile here, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the one that we were looking at from the policyholder side. So this is a direct mirror image of what we were just looking at in the mobile apps and Client Hub. So you're going to see here these tags. This is where, hey, I've opted into text, and my preferred communication preference is SMS. Now, as we go down to our policies, you're going to see as an agency, hey, which ones are being monitored and which ones have they not activated yet? So as we looked at inside the platform, we've got Liberty Mutual that was monitoring, and here's the Travelers one that we looked at. Now, at the agency level, you guys have access to the exact same documents that we just looked at from a policyholder standpoint. So instead of having to go out to the carrier, you guys have access to them right here because we've pulled them in for you. Now, let's say you need to add another document. Client calls in, they say, hey, I need a declarations page. I don't have it. Or maybe it's not an active policy monitoring carrier. All you have to do is grab the document, you drag and drop it. You're going to select what type of document it is. So for this one, we're going to make it a renewal, and you're going to hit save. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to automate an email to the policyholder that tells them, hey, you have a new document available inside of our platform. They're going to click the link, they're going to come inside, and that document will automatically be available for them. Super easy to be able to share documents. Now, just like on the Client Hub side, let's say this client is both personal and commercial. I'm going to go ahead and toggle over to their commercial account. Again, everything we saw as a policyholder is available here at the agency level. Need to share a cert? Super easy, drag and drop it. So client can request it right inside the platform. You fulfill it, you drag and drop it, and it makes it super easy. The client gets an automated email saying they have a new cert available. And now you have all of their certs here, and the client is looking at all of their certs inside of Client Hub and the mobile apps that they can go access. Super easy to add your entire team into GloveBox, which we love. So you get unlimited team members. We have different permissions on the team members, so we limit access for what they can do. I'm going to go over here to the agency details tab. So this is where you can customize a lot of those journeys inside of our interface. Let's start at the capture link side. So let's look at the personalized quote capture. So as we were looking at prior, I have this one in here, but let's say I wanted to put my SALT link into this. All I have to do is add it and click save, and it goes live instantaneously to the mobile apps and Client Hub. So I can do that for my service requests. Let's say I have a specific capture that maybe goes into a CRM. Maybe I have a live chat or a chat bot that I want to use. You can separate between personal and commercial. You can even add a commercial certificate request URL. On the customer service side, we separate a lot of this information that we show to your consumers so you can personalize it. So on the personalized service side, you can add a phone number, an SMS. If you guys are texting, you can add that number, specific email address, and you can even add an appointment link if you're using a digital calendar like Calendly or HubSpot. Now you can now add those calendars into here, and we're going to offer it up to your clients in those journeys. Same thing on the commercial lines. You have all the same available information, but again, you can customize it. And then we even have a way to customize commercial certificate requests. So if there's a specific person that handles certs, we can customize and show that person's information, call, text, email as well. Same thing on the sales side. You can customize all of these for both personal lines and commercial, down to the digital calendars as well. So if your agents are using their own Calendlys, great. The client can schedule an appointment right inside the platform. We host all of your social media links, your website, your Google and Yelp reviews, makes it very easy to add those. And again, just a high level overview of how GloveBox HQ works. All right, we're going to pop back into our presentation here, and we're going to make it big. Okay, let's talk about the data side of the house. So we work with pretty much any AMS system that is really all of the majors. So we don't really work with any of the smaller ones, but the major ones we work with. Our goal with this is to ingest that data from your AMS system seamlessly into the GloveBox platform. So that's going to be your personal lines, commercial, life, and health data. Again, what we do is we bring that data inside of our ecosystem. We normalize the data, and then we upload it inside the platform. From there, it'll be available for your agency inside of HQ. And then again, we start triggering those invites to your clients, which is completely automated. As you write new clients, we continue to update our data inside of your system. And when those new clients come into our platform, again, they're going to get that invite on a continuing basis. So we're always updating our data with your AMS system. Let's talk about the carrier side of the house and what the future looks like on the carrier side. So we have started work on what we call a book of business integration. This is something that we're super excited about. We are convinced that this is the future of connectivity between a policyholder, an agency, and their carrier. So what this is going to allow the agency to do is, with a single authentication within HQ, you're going to be able to connect your agency to your book of business at a specific carrier. We'll take Acuity, for example. Once that happens, GloveBox will be able to go into Acuity on your behalf. We're going to be able to pull your entire book of business with live documents and populate it into our system. That's also going to allow us to live refresh those documents and data throughout the day. And again, we're going to do that automated with that single authentication. So full book of business integration. We've already kicked off work on this with 2 major carriers, and we're adding more to our list as we start marketing it. What this really sets the stage for in 2024 is future capabilities with this connectivity. That means live billing, live claims with the carriers, and also live policy endorsements, which these are the three that we're really focused on past getting the data and documents in. So again, we've kicked off work on our book of business integrations, and our first 2 carriers will be available in beta by the end of the year. All right. So for new agencies, to kind of wind this down, if you're a new agency that don't currently work with us yet, we are running a promotion right now through the end of the year. And this is a 12-month money back guarantee that we are now offering. This is how confident we are in our platform. This means if we don't match your investment with GloveBox and estimated revenue generated, we will refund you the past 12 months. That's how confident we are in our platform. We are only taking 25 agencies a month for November and December, however. So I would absolutely recommend book your discovery call with our team now. I know they've been adding the link into the chat. And we look forward to talking to you and seeing if GloveBox is going to be a fit. But that is it. That is GloveBox as it sits. We appreciate you guys coming to the fall product highlight. We will have the spring product highlight in March, April time. And we look forward to seeing you on your discovery call here in the coming weeks. Thanks, everybody.